Hi, welcome to my Scrappin space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And I'm here to share with you one of the alternate cards we made this month with the July 2025 paper pumpkin. I'm going to get my face out of the way and let's talk cards. So the July 2025 paper pumpkin was called Sweeter Than You, and it had a strawberry theme. I've already posted another video showing how to put the kit together. I'm going to show you in this video how to use some of the supplies from the kits and some of the supplies from your crafting stash to make what I think is just an adorable card. It goes together really quickly. It would be a great birthday card, a thinking of you, a get well, something to welcome a new little baby. So from your kit, you are going to need 3 little flowers, and we're using our paper flowers instead of an embellishment, so that's why I have an odd number. But remember, it's your card. You can do it however you want. And we are going to use pieces of these 2 card bases. Now, I'll have all the numbers on my Scrappin with Joni blog, but if you don't want to wait, my numbers are here. Oh, and just like before, that doesn't want to stick down. We're going to grab a little glue dot and help it tell it who's in charge here, and then we'll get started. There we go. So from the strawberry slush dot, which I think is just adorable, we're going to cut a piece that's 1.5 by 5 1/4. And from the strawberry slush print, we're going to cut it 2.5 by 5 1/4. Now, if this is a card you can see a lot of uses for and you want to make more of them, you could flip this, meaning you're going to have more of the dot left than the strawberry, but you could do a larger piece of dot and a smaller piece of strawberry. So you could really get quite a few cards out of this. Okay, so let's cut first. And the strawberry piece is going to be 2.5. So I'm going to put it at the 2.5 mark. I'm going to make sure that it's tight against the top of my paper cutter. And I'm going to make sure that we're working together, meaning I'm pushing it to the top and the blade is going in the same way. That's 2.5. And then it's going to be 5 1/4. That was easy. Now this pretty little dot is going to be 1.5. And again, I'm pushing it towards there and I'm pushing up with the blade. So we're all going in the same direction. You're just going to get a better cut that way. And then 5 1/4. There we go. So from the kit, I have 2 pieces of a card base, 3 flowers. And to that, I'm adding strawberry slush is one of our in colors, and we have this beautiful soft ribbon in strawberry slush. So I'm going to add that. And I'm going to quick measure it for you so you know what I did. Let's look here. About 19 inches. I also added an envelope, though you could certainly use one of the envelopes that came in the kit. A strawberry slush card base. And I actually have 2 white pieces that are the standard matte card insert side. One's going to be for the inside, and one is going to be that we're going to build the base on. So when you have a piece like this, you don't really see that white. So it could be a different color. If I had more strawberry slush, I could grab that. But the purpose of that is that you can line them up straight and you can wrap the ribbon around both of them, as opposed to if I just glued them to here, I wouldn't be able to get the ribbon behind them and they may not be as straight. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use multi-purpose glue. You could use whatever adhesive you want. The kit came with glue dots and tear and tape, and that would work too. I'm just putting glue. See how I'm kind of covering all over, but I'm not getting real close to the edge, because when I put down my card pieces, that glue will spread, and I don't want it to spread outside the card edge. So one piece is going to go here, and the advantage of the multi-purpose glue is that I can move things around till I get it where I want it. So that's the trick, without touching the glue up here, see how I'm just kind of sliding that into place? There we go. Now this piece, making sure the strawberries are going in the right direction, is going to slide in right next to there. But I'm going to be more concerned about lining it up on the outside than lining it up next to that dot, and I'll explain in a minute why. There we go. So even those of us who cut paper all the time, sometimes it just doesn't line up the way we want. but the ribbon's going to cover that, so it doesn't matter. I just wanted it to be all the way around on the outside. So I have that. Then I'm going to tie my knot at the top, but you can do it wherever you want. So I want the 2 pieces of ribbon to land there. And so I'm just, before I do any adhesive, I'm just going to kind of line them up like, whoa, that's really off. So we'll just sneak it up a little bit more here. Yep, that's pretty good. Now I have more ribbon than I need. I do that because it's just easier for my hands, but you can do less. That's fine. We're going to grab tear and tape here, and I'm going to cover that opening right there where the 2 pieces of paper meet. And when you're using tear and tape, you want to leave it on the roll. It's just easier. Otherwise, if you cut off the size you think you need, then it kind of catches back on itself and it's not pretty. Okay, so that's going to go there and there. We're going to take off that tape, just like that. And it doesn't really matter which end. I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to go up until I'm almost to where I want to knot it. And see that tear and tape's holding everything in place. It's not going anywhere. Then I'm going to come from the top and meet. Now that they're tight, let's just make sure they're not only tight, but they're straight. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it, Joni? Let's see, your card's so cute, maybe nobody would notice it wasn't straight, but. So now I know it's not going to go anywhere. I can easily tie a knot. It's not going to come undone. We're going to do that. Push it down, and then I'm going to knot it again. It's not going to add too much bulk. As you can see, I have plenty of ribbon, but that's okay. Then I'm just going to trim it up, and I do that by cutting it at an angle. This would be a fun birthday card. You were on my mind. Thank you for the strawberries you dropped off. We are so lucky. A good friend of ours, her dad has a huge garden, and he's very generous with his produce. So it's fun if I can find a card with produce on it to send him a thank you card. And then that's just going to go here. Now, you could add a sentiment for whatever kind of card, a thank you or a birthday. This kit actually came with a great thank you stamp. And you could do that. In fact, there's a strawberry you could stamp thank you on. There's so much to do. I left my card a little more open-ended because it gives my customers lots of options when they're putting together their card. And I like lots of options. I like to keep some of these cards on hand just so if I need a card in a hurry and I don't have a sentiment on the front yet, it's much more flexible that I can use it for what I want. But there we go. Just like that. Then I just have these adorable little flowers. There are glue dots that come in the kit, and you can use that. Or if, like me, sometimes you're in a bigger hurry, a touch of multi-purpose glue is faster. The trick is touch. You don't want too much that's going to kind of come out the side for you. And just like I do when I'm adding embellishments, I put them on an odd number and a roughly triangular shape, which just means that one is by itself and the other 2 are closer together. The alternate card kit for my customers include a white one that they could add to the inside. Depending on what you had left from scraps, like how many of these cards you wanted to make, you could take a leftover piece of either of these and just cut a 1/2-inch piece and put it at the top. That would be really cute too. You could use one of the envelopes that came in the kit, or people who picked up, who are part of my customers who picked up their alternate card kits, got an envelope that could go in there too. And the kit that, the stamps that came with the kit has strawberries, so you could stamp a strawberry. The options are endless, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your crafty friends. Until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.